Hi, Church. Pastor Jeff here with another Trinity check-in, coming to you from home. Actually, home sick today, setting a bad example, so don't do what I do. However, I thought it was worth shooting off a quick video. I'm feeling a little better this afternoon than I did this morning, and I've got two kind of timely things that I want to tell you about. The second one has to do with the service that is upcoming this Sunday, but first I want to talk about the school supply drive for Trinity Child Care. Now, this is not just an ad for our drive, okay? So we've been collecting for a few weeks now, and we're collecting school supplies for Trinity Child Care. They mentioned Crayola washable markers are especially useful to them, but there's a list you can find that we have out in all the places. But we're also asking for $5 gift cards that we give to the teachers as a thank you. And I hear that we have received very few of those $5 gift cards so far. Now, probably we just haven't communicated it very well. You know, we're calling it a school supply drive, and you don't immediately think $5 gift cards, but I want to give a little push, because let me tell you something. Our teachers at Trinity Child Care are amazing and remarkable people, and with the economics of childcare, we can never give them what they're worth, and the little thank yous like this go a long way to making their day and just making them feel special and valued. So please, please, please pick up some $5 gift cards to like scooters, or you get the idea, something simple like that for a little treat. Bring them by the church on Sunday. You can bring them by the office. I believe there's officially a couple more weeks left in the drive, but you know what? We'll take those $5 gift cards even after that, because our directors just love handing those out, especially when they're well-deserved. Okay, now, about this Sunday service. This is back to school week, just in case any of our families haven't noticed yet. I know my wife and I have spent our time in our calendars, because all of the calendar emails from the school are coming out, and we already have one night that's triple booked in October, and I'm sure we're going to have more of these as we go along. A lot of us are thinking about priorities, how we decide what to do, how we're going to make everything work for the school year, and all these different interests of an entire family start competing. Well, I thought it would be good to do a sermon series on priorities. And now I can't help you with all of these. I can't help you decide when you have all of these conflicts. But what I can do is talk about the role of faith in kind of an overarching way over it all that makes all of it easier to bear and that helps guide us when those decisions come along. So for the next 3 weeks, we're going to ask 3 questions. The first one is, why do people need Jesus? How simple is that? But it's not so easy to answer, and it's not a question we ask often enough. The second week, why do people need the church? Now, it's not just our church, the church. Why do people need a church at all? I'm personally of the belief that you can love Jesus alone, but you can't really be a Christian unless you're in community. Anyway, that's the second week. The third week, then, is why do people need Trinity? Now, need might sound like a strong word, right? But I actually have something in mind that I want to say that third week. Here's, though, what I really want to say about this next series, and really the series after it just as much. They are especially good for people who are new to Trinity and new to the church, or even new to faith. Now, don't worry, they'll speak just as much to those of you who've been here a long time, but can you imagine that if you had fallen away from church, if you'd been kind of off and on for a long time, what better week would there be to come back than when the pastor was talking about why do people need Jesus and why do people need the church, right? This is an especially good time to invite someone to come. I'm taking a class on evangelism right now, healthy evangelism, I hope, how the faith spreads. And, it's important that all of us who are up front do a good job. I try to write a good sermon every Sunday. Michael does amazing with the music. But that's not how church grows. Church grows by inviting. They invite by the people in the pews, so to speak, bringing people along with them. That has always been how church has grown and how the light spreads and how hope spreads. So because these next few weeks are especially good for bringing someone to church, I wanted you to have that heads up. Oh, and I forgot, I was going to say this at the top. Backpack Sunday, blessing of the backpacks, right? That makes it even better this week. Both services, we're going to have a blessing of the backpacks. All the kids will come up. So 9 o'clock service, they'll all come up from Sunday school. We'll be crowded around the front of the church, and we're going to say a prayer over everyone's backpacks. You know, they follow you to school and home every day. They carry all of your things and your lunch and everything that you need. And they're such a powerful symbol. So to say a prayer of blessing and remind them that God goes with you too. And while we're at it, praying for the teachers and the staff and the parents, well, it will be a good and valuable time too. So I hope you'll be here this Sunday. I hope you'll bring some $5 gift cards for our teachers, and I hope that you are ready for all of the good things that are going to happen this fall. All right, I'm already feeling a little better than I did this morning. I hope I continue, but I did want to tell you those two things. I hope you are feeling better than I am. If you're sick, I hope you're not working like I am, at least for a few minutes here, and I hope to see you very soon, church.